Hey, test, 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 test. What's going on, everybody? This is a Friday edition of JEDIOSHI. This is what you need to know going into the weekend. Let's get to it. Okay, so we have Bitcoin fading, equities fading. Look at that. Totally correlated. No surprise. I drew these levels just a few minutes ago, shared that in Telegram. Guys, watching this level, we broke it down. I'm short. Short on the breakdown. Targets here, 382, or here at 44.30, or the 236 at 43.64. Would be a great trade. We'll see how this goes into close. I think that sets the stage for our weekend. Okay, so let's look at. We don't need to look at all the equities. They're all fading off. But in my mind, I'm not panicking. This is everybody on Twitter is. But, I don't panic until we resolve this one way or the other. I don't panic in general anyways, right? That's not the job of a trader, is to panic. But, looking at these levels, guys, we kissed the 618. We came back down to 382. We went back to the 618. We're now back to 382. Everybody's calling for an emergency Fed rate meeting. And everybody's so worried about interest rates. No one was worried about interest rates up here. But everybody needs a reason to freak out, which is usually the case. Let's take a quick swing by CL, our short trade idea. Look at this fractal playing out beautifully to a T. It just doesn't get better than that, guys. And, if this plays out, this could make for a great short setup, in my opinion. I'll keep posting on Twitter with 0 likes, but we'll grow that. That's what we're doing. All right, let's get into some crypto, guys. I know that's what you're here for. And I posted this, right? So this is no surprise to you. But I am anticipating a cool-off period. This is the 1 hour chart. We did put in this. It's a double thrust or an up thrust. Very common at tops. Let's go down to, I shared with you the 4 hour chart because this is what I was looking at. The 4 hour had a higher high on significantly lower RSI. What is that? If you're in JEDIOSHI's group, there's no question what that is. And when you break that trend line, what is that? It's a short signal. If you're a day trader, you go short right there on the break. You've already got your RSI breaking below 65, and then it had a secondary up thrust again on the 4 hour. So this didn't catch anyone else by surprise. No one's flat-footed here, and I think it's a pretty straightforward sell signal. Now, where do we come back to? One thing I haven't shared with you guys, but let's look. I always do this, right? If I'm in a range, like I did on SHIB or whatever, on the consolidations at the top. This is just a 786 pullback. Maybe we come back to 702. Look, 702 is at 42K, right? I think more likely we come back here to the 618, at 41K. So this is what you need to know going into the weekend. Don't be surprised to see us cool down. Maybe it's this afternoon, tonight, Saturday sideways. Maybe it's a down day. I think we'll come back to the 618. And if we're doing what I think we're doing, we get wave 4. And I think I drew that here. Let's take a look. No, that's the overlay. Equities and Bitcoin. Just selling off altogether. No surprise. That's the relative strength. SLP still in the lead all alone. Nothing. Everything else is doing nothing, guys. Pretty boring day. Alts just coupled with Bitcoin. No separation. We're waiting for that to happen. This is it. Here we go. We did see this horizontal support resistance zone. We got rejected here. No surprise. 45.9, 46K, plus or minus on that up thrust on the 4 hour, right? Higher high on lower RSI. We broke the neck on that, and it's a short. I think we come back here. 41.2. I just showed you a little bit lower than that. That's a 618. So somewhere in this zone, right? We don't have to come back to the bottom of the candle body. But let's put a fib on just this range here. Yeah, 618 would be perfect. Your perfect thing to kiss off of. 4 away 4. I'm just going to revise that 4 down to 618. So that's kind of my weekend roadmap for you guys, for myself, really. And we'll see what happens, but I think in my mind this is pretty likely. You know, markets don't go up in a straight line. Never have, never will. And I think we're due for an intermediate term cool down correction. You know, on this, just eyeballing it and kind of how it looks structurally, this could last until early next week, Monday or Tuesday, and perhaps equities sell off Friday, open, sell off, have another red day on Monday, and then they get some sort of relief rally on Tuesday, which throws everything up. That would be my thesis or my story. Wow. I'm in a short trade right now. Wow, look at that. 44.35 on S&P. Nice. Yeah, guys, I just shorted the breakdown of support. It's pretty simple. Just kind of wait for those opportunities and then you take it. So what we do as traders, guys, we don't predict the market. We analyze and we wait and we see a setup and we take it. That's what we do. So back to Bitcoin. Don't be surprised if we get a cool off to the 618 at 40K, 41K, somewhere in there, into early next week. And then I think we get a punch. I really would like to see alt separate. If I get my dream scenario, alt separate here, and as Bitcoin runs up, say to 51K. The next level up from there is probably here at 54K, that 53K floor that we broke down. But I'm really thinking that we put in this ABC on the retrace, and I'm expecting something like this. I don't know how deep B might go. I don't know how far A might go up, right? We have to wait and see what this might look like on a 5-wave A leg, right? So we'll keep an eye on that. But then again, what we do is you dial in like we just did on Bitcoin, like the 4-hour chart. Say, hey, that's a short. I think we're going down in the near term. So there we go. We're going to look for a long setup on the same thing. And you might see it on the 1 hour. You might see it on the 4 hour. But that is the 411, guys. Let's see what else we have. I posted a bunch of, there we go. Breaking down here at 43K. No surprise, Glimmer's still sideways at 5.5. KDA's 830, cooled off a little bit. SLP cooled off from, what did it get to, 40 cents, I think, or 4 cents? What's SLP? I don't know. Congratulations, Bravo sold some of his position there. Good job, buddy. And everything else, we're waiting right now. Honestly, we're waiting to see this retrace happen. We are outside of that downtrend on the big picture, right? So it makes it a little bit easier. Honestly, projecting downward in a correction is one of the hardest things to do because we had 4 levels, or for me, and it was like, is this going to hold? Is this going to hold? Reasons why it will, reasons why it won't. Breaks down. Okay, what's the next level? Is that going to hold? Is that going to hold? Breaks down. We're following a fractal pattern. I think I have that up here. I might not. Let me I think it's on one of these. There it is. On the Coinbase chart. So this is my idea. We are in this fractal pattern that we've been following for 4+ months now. It had a cool off period in this range too. And the other idea is a slanted neckline, inverse head and shoulders. But either way, we ran into support resistance zone, got rejected. Equities are under pressure. Looks like a 4-hour sell signal on the low time frame, and then we might print this head versus head and shoulders. This right shoulder, as I've drawn it, comes down to the same level, 40K. If I'm a day trader, I'm waiting for 40K. If I were to say leverage long, which might not be a bad idea actually, leverage long from this right shoulder area on strength, on a signal. Of course, we wait for signals, guys. We don't just gamble. On signal, and then we may move up for that A leg. Again, this is what's interesting, right? Because I painted on the fib a 702, I think it was. But here the fractal goes up to 618. And once we go here, it's pretty short. And the way I drew it was into May, I think. So if we keep following the fractal, which is interesting, I'm expecting us to break it at some point, and we have separated a bit. But man, if we just keep following this thing, could we just A up, B down to here, and then C, and it's done. We're done. Hopefully we get alt separating. We're watching that like a hawk. So we're not going to get surprised here, guys. And I'm hoping for myself for an opportunity to maybe peel some off the market at the top of A. Now, the way I drew this, that's A, but let's see, on my 5 waves, I actually had that. So yeah, we're gonna have to separate off this fractal to get that. Interesting, right? So will we separate from this fractal pattern in the retrace? You know, we'll see. If we measure the target for the inverse head and shoulders, it's 45K down to 30, call it 3, that's 8. So that's 53. So the target for the IHS is right here beneath this zone. So perhaps our A does something like that. It could. We'll be watching, guys. We'll be doing this together. So, but yeah, if we get a nice A, a nice alt separation, and say, you know, some things have moved up and kind of we're excited about it, maybe a great point to step off. Well, that's all I had for today. I think, you know, I did drop logos on the thumbnail. I didn't want to trick you guys, but SHIB, let's look at that real quickly. We're still painting in this flag range. Let's just blast that. You know, it is under pressure like the rest. You know, I think that Bitcoin needs to get strong before alts can do anything differently. We haven't separated yet. We looked at Glimmer, and let's look at, I know you guys love T-Fuel. Let's look at that. Kind of the same thing. You know, we're just going sideways. This is on day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 or so. So we've been going sideways kind of all week here at 21 cents. You know, but again, I think Bitcoin needs to start going up before alts can do anything differently. So I'm expecting personally about a 5% sell off this weekend. I think alts could sell off as much as 10%, as they normally do. And then we'll see. If we bottom at 40K, I think that on strength could be a nice leveraged entry for a ride up the right shoulder. So that's it, guys. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. And please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And we're trying to spread the word of JEDIOSHI. We're trying to help people read charts and trying to help people understand the details around charts and then to think like a trader. So let's help each other out too. Thanks again.